What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is David Hamlin, aka the Laptop Legend, and today, day trading, I made $2,700. I did it. I broke through that glass ceiling, just like that. Broke through the glass ceiling, and I made it over the 2,000 mark. That's what I was hoping to do yesterday. So very grateful that this market has a lot of opportunities because seriously, guys, these small caps are really heating up, and I'm excited to see what happens tomorrow. We got a lot of OTCs running, tons of opportunity. We got a lot of NASDAQs running, tons of opportunity. And no matter what you're into, there will be something for you. So I'm gonna dive into my laptop and talk about the stocks that I'm gonna be trading tomorrow, as well as some of the opportunities that I banked on today, so you guys can hopefully learn from my successes and transfer those and potentially have some more successes yourself. That's the goal of this channel. So please like this video if you haven't already, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, guys, so the first charts that I want to look at are the NASDAQs, just because I did that yesterday, and I think it worked pretty well. So this is probably one of the biggest NASDAQs that I think you guys should be looking into if you're into NASDAQs. This is REED, and basically what happened today was it announced a distribution deal that was expanding. I think they already had it, but they expanded that distribution deal with CVS Pharmacy. Obviously, you get a company that I sure don't know about doing a deal with CVS, which is a huge company, and it's a pretty nice catalyst. You can see this thing went pretty hard. This thing went pretty hard, and it closed up fairly nicely, honestly, man. I mean, it did hold this support line pretty well, I would say. So I'm interested to see if this continues tomorrow. I think this is definitely news that could give this thing legs, and it could continue to run tomorrow. So we'll see what happens on this one. This is just one that I want to put on your radar. But I would say, let's see. Honestly, you guys want to see the craziest chart? This is the craziest chart, right? CCXI. This thing, I think it had news that basically said the FDA, I don't know, their product was probably not going to be approved by the FDA or something like that. Or they were sketchy about their data, something along those lines. Absolutely epic chart. I mean, this thing just blew through every single support line. I'm only mad I missed this from the short side because this would have been the most epic short of all time, man. Absolutely epic. I mean, this thing, I have no words for this thing, man, honestly. And it tried to bounce here, failed, had another beautiful dip buy right here. But you can see there were some fake outs in there. There are some green candles where it looks like it is trying to bounce. So this thing faked out up in here in the 20s, man. I mean, this thing is just nuts, absolutely nuts. So I'm interested to see what happens tomorrow, because if the company really is, as trash as I guess the news is making it seem, this could probably be a potential good reshort if it bounces high enough, So I would definitely look into this one. But I mean, potentially there's some long opportunities here, but I would say the best long opportunity is always after a ton of scary red candles. So either right here or right here. And this is one that, wow, I mean, that's just a crazy chart, guys. That's a really crazy chart. You want to see another crazy chart? COCP. This thing dumped ridiculously hard in one candle, all the way down from, I don't even know what that is. What was the high on this candle? From 3.4 all the way down to 266 in one candle. And my goodness, guys. Whenever you get a candle like this, it signifies the end of that stock, typically on the day. So any type of move after this is just one that you want to short into. So I said I wanted to short into this bounce, but there were no shares here. It's pretty easy short, risking off of the high here, making a higher high, risking off of these resistance levels, and it just absolutely faded on off after that. I mean, you could have shorted at 280s and covered down here. I mean, after this big washout in the 220s, so would have been a pretty nice short. I know some people made some decent money on the long side beforehand. I mean, this thing, pretty much held that uptrend up until right there. So pretty impressive, honestly. I think they talked about an offering there, but again, I'm not sure if that actually happened. So I would say this thing's probably over after that big candle, but who knows? It could definitely continue. Again, COCP is just not the type of stock that I would like to trade because I don't really focus on NASDAQs, but I want to put on your radar. A few other ones. LEDS is a big spiker today, but not doing too much right now. BLRX definitely had some big range today. I think it dumped around the same time as COCP. A few other ones. I mean, we're really starting to get some movers. We really are. Let's see. I want to see ATNX. This one is spiking up in after hours. Came up on my trade ideas. So if you guys are looking for a stock tomorrow, be watching this one in pre-market. Definitely don't miss it. Same thing with EFOI. This had a nice little run starting in the middle of the day today. and then actually continued it. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, you know, it's just, you always want to keep these on your radar. DTEA, I guess this is another one. Yeah, doing a little something in after hours. AYX potentially doing a little something in after hours. That's pretty much it in terms of NASDAQs, guys. Definitely some interesting ones if you are into this. I know we had some people who were banking on some of these, you know, some of these plays. I guess ADMP closed pretty nicely. STIM. I mean, there's honestly a lot that were moving a good amount, you know, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80% on the day before they faded off. I think COCP was up over 100% before it completely died. Yeah, I mean, up here I think it was up over 100% on the day for sure. So we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens in terms of these NASDAQs. But this is not my focus. Honestly, it's not my focus. My focus is what I'm good at, which is these OTCs. And we have a lot of juicy OTCs for you guys. So I would say the biggest potential runner tomorrow, based on how clean the chart was today, would be DSCR. And you can see this chart, but it closed up. What is that? I can't see. Okay, I guess I can't see it. I have no idea. What is it? 57%? That's it? I really thought it was more than that. Okay, maybe it's up 57% on the day. Okay. Oh, I guess because it went down. Okay, it went down from here. Okay, so it's up 57% on the day, which is I guess, you know, pretty decent, but it's not up too much. But it still closed pretty strong in the close and still held this breakout level pretty nicely. And it, you know, I guess that's kind of this important level right here. Let me just throw that in there. So you guys can see where that is on the chart. So, I mean, it did hold over that breakout level. So that's kind of what's important. And I think going into tomorrow, this could continue to be a runner. So this is probably the #1 potential runner tomorrow, at least that we see right now. Obviously, you know, news is going to come out tomorrow, and maybe we get another runner based off of that. But this is probably my biggest focus for tomorrow. We had the 2 George Sharp custodianship plays. Both of them spiked up pretty big today. So GVSI, this one went absolutely nuts. I don't know how people got the news this fast. He didn't tweet about it until, I think it was like right up here. But this thing just literally spiked so hard out of nowhere. I mean, this thing was choppy all day long, really not that much range. And then, boom, you see that volume come in. So someone definitely knew about it, like, at least right here. I would say, you know, they knew about it right here. And I don't know how they knew about it, but this thing had a lot of range. I made money on this on both the long side and the short side. I just love stocks that have this much range, man. Absolutely beautiful. And then it did start to get a little choppy and a little annoying up here. But we got to see if this thing can keep going because, wow. I mean, the run that it's already been on just because George Sharp is a custodian. Bro, look at this chart. It's nuts. Absolutely nuts. I mean, you could have gotten in under 1/10 of a cent. That's just so crazy to me. That's so crazy to me. And I mean, you could have gotten easily in under a penny. For sure under a penny. And now this thing's at, you know, 4.5 cents. Is he going to turn this into the next TSMP? The next, you know, Humble? I have no idea. But if we got a chart that looked like this, man, I would love that because I'm needing another Humble because Humble has gotten pretty gross. Humble's gotten pretty choppy. I mean, this thing is barcoding all day long, so not much opportunity here anymore. I want to see what else. So that was the one of the custodianship plays. So much room there. The other one was RETC, and again, similar idea, guys. This one, I think my first entry was 63. I bought 250,000 shares right here. And I ended up selling way too early, like at 68 or something like that. Because when I buy that big, when I have limited buying power, I feel like I cannot be patient at all. Because I don't want to have it turn into a big loss and then I cut it and then it bounces, but I don't want to buy in again because I have limited buying power. So very annoying. Again, E-Trade should be coming on Monday, hopefully. So fingers crossed for that. But this is still an amazing chart. And this one is perfectly setting up for a breakout of that 1 cent hole mark. And you can see, you know, it topped out here 1.03 cents. But I think, you know, that 1 cent psychological area is really going to be that important area in this chart. And the fact that it is able to keep ripping signifies that I think, you know, based on if it keeps holding these gains, if it breaks out past that 1 cent level, it could be a pretty darn nice breakout. Darn tootin' nice breakout. And if you go look at GVSI, what happened when this broke out past 1 cent? Well, here's the official 1 cent breakout day, and it got as high as 1.8 cents that day. So could the same thing happen with RETC? Absolutely. And I think what needs to happen is continued tweets from George Sharp. So I definitely make sure he's someone that you're following so you can be on as soon as he talks about these things because, I mean, whenever he tweets about it, bro, it literally just spikes. The same thing has happened a bunch of days in a row, and that's like that's a ridiculously stupid gain, bro. That's a ridiculously stupid gain. All the way from, I mean, you get in it when he starts tweeting, what, 5? Maybe I was late, obviously. You know, maybe you get in where I get in. It's 63 and it goes as high as 96. It's still a crazy gain, and I didn't see his tweet soon enough. I didn't jump on it soon enough. I didn't take the size I should have. So many opportunities butchered here. But this thing is just beautiful, man. It's just absolutely beautiful. So I banked really, really nicely on that one as well. Even with the small size, I did end up rebuying for some of these. Let's see what else, guys. What else? ALYI. This is one of those breaking news plays. I think where did it come out? 10:02. Yeah, so came out right here. I bought in, what I buy in? Like 25,000 shares at like 5 or something? No, even under 5. It might have been like 4.9. And I ended up selling most of it at like 5.4. So absolutely beautiful trade. Just nailed that one. These are the types of things that I call out in the Discord, and sometimes you can't get in quick enough, but if you can and you can get a good entry, it's just immediate profit, bro. It's immediate profit, and I absolutely love those instant resolution plays. Let's see, what else, guys? OPTI. This is the stock that right here, or somewhere in here, yeah, so you can see 13, 15, I guess that was right here when this spike up happened. They announced a 4,391 year-over-year increase for the third quarter of 2021. So that is that's pretty impressive. Now, I'm a little confused. I don't know why they would say third quarter of 2021 because that has not happened yet. So maybe they meant first quarter. They probably meant first quarter. That's pretty funny that they have a typo. So I'm going to be honest, guys. I don't think any company that doesn't know what quarter it's in is one that I really want to be parking money into. But here's the thing. I think this could definitely continue to serve as a catalyst. And look how high this thing got, guys. I mean, this thing got as high as 44 cents and was just trying to break down below that support here. So this thing could easily get back up there, man. And I'm not sure that this will be enough of a catalyst, but I think it very well might cause it to be the bottom. You can see, I mean, yeah, there's like kind of a descending support line, but every time it seems to bounce up. So we'll see what happens on this one. But I'm expecting, again, same thing kind of on this side. You can see right here does a pretty similar thing where like it comes up and then it comes back down to that support line, but then keeps running. So I think we could potentially stop. I don't want these lines. Get out of here. I think we could potentially see a nice bounce from here, especially if news gets around that their revenue is up, you know, over 4,000%. So while I don't think a company that doesn't know what quarter it's in is a great long-term investment, I don't need it to be a great long-term investment. I need this news to get around enough to spike this stock up. You know, I need people to be excited about this who maybe do believe in this company and, you know, get this thing moving. I need it to be enough hype generated that this thing actually starts moving. So ideally, that's what happens. You know, ideally this news gets around, people get excited about it, and it's pretty cool overall. And maybe I'm just misunderstanding this quarter thing, but you know, quarter is typically the 3-month period, and we're still in the beginning. I guess we're technically in quarter 2 now, but definitely not quarter 3 of 2021. So I don't know why they would say that, but I'm excited about this because you know, it's nice from a long and a short perspective. There are shares of short, and it can be pretty explosive too on the long side. So if this thing gets back up there, it's going to be exciting. So I'm definitely watching this one hard out of the gate tomorrow. That's pretty much it. I mean, most of the main ones weren't doing too much today. OZSC didn't do much. AABB didn't do much. AITX didn't do much. FORW didn't do too much. I guess the last one, HTZGQ, I should probably talk about this one. So it did close really strong. But a lot of those big traders ended up losing money because they overnighted this, and then it had a huge gap down and went into a panic, man. So I actually was able to short some of this and make a little bit of money here. And then I did flip biases and ended up going long, I think right around in this area, maybe in the two, I forget exactly where my entry was, but I did go long on this as well, which was pretty cool, guys. So there was just a lot of room to profit on this. And then I did end up going short. I didn't nail it correctly, 100% correctly, but I did start getting short right up in this area. I think I started like 316 was my entry, so pretty darn good entry on that short, and I covered most of it, you know, right here, way too early, but you know, it is what it is. This chart has a lot of room to profit, and you know, it's still holding up these support lines. So if it starts breaking down past those, you know, break down under the 3 area, this could be a really good short tomorrow morning, potentially for a morning panic, based on, you know, what it's doing. I think a morning panic is not out of the question. So I may also look to short this one, write it open. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But those are the most exciting stocks, guys. So I'm very excited about DSCR. Very excited about HTZGQ. I'm very excited about GVSI. Had a little brain fart there. And, I'm excited about OPTI. And I think between these guys, there's a lot of opportunities. And I plan on capitalizing on all of them. And hopefully continue this nice streak of over 2K. Fingers crossed. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, au revoir. Bonjour. Oui, oui. See you guys. I don't know why there's a French man inside me. Napoleon got stuck. Preguntar, bebé, dime por qué te mientes. No puedes esconder todo lo que tú por mí sientes.